So hey, what's up guys? It's B-Dog. Today I'm coming at you with a movie review of Tomb Raider. First I have an announcement. I'm only going to be doing one video a week because I figured out that I don't have enough time to do two anymore. And at some point in the future I'm going to talk about exactly what kind of videos I'm going to be doing. Hopefully it'll be with my 500 Q&A announcement video. If that's soon. Please help me get to 500 subscribers. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, but only one video a week from here on out. I will have a Blu-ray collection video. I will also have my third classics video. But that's it. Okay, so let's go into this movie. Tomb Raider. Okay, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is directed by Laura Croft. He's a relatively new director. He's had a couple low-budget disaster movies. Nothing that I've heard of until I looked him up. But this movie is a good first installment. I'll give him this one. It's a lot better than most video game movies I've seen, unfortunately. So the plot, let's go into that. Based off a video game, Laura Croft. She's an adventurer. Her father is uber rich. They have a huge mansion, and he has a bunch of companies and all of this stuff. She won't take it, though. That's the beginning thing, because she believes that he's still alive. So she won't take it as inheritance, because she thinks that he is still alive and he's not dead. She refuses to acknowledge that. And this movie is about her trying to find him. So the story is decent. You can follow it. It's not too confusing. There are a couple plot holes here and there. That's a negative, yeah. A couple plot holes here and there. It's just stuff kind of what you would expect out of an action movie. They don't care too much about it. They just kind of want to get the people on the screen, get big cool stuff in there. And they do, for the most part. They don't oversaturate the story and try to make it more complicated than it needs to be, and that's a good thing. It's almost too simple, but not quite. That's good. The acting's pretty good. Alicia Vikander, who plays Laura Croft, she does her job well. Good performance. Let's go with that. Good performance she puts in. It's pretty basic. She doesn't overdo it. You can believe her as Laura Croft. The other actors, Walter Goggins, who plays the villain, I like him. I think he's a good villain. I think he plays a good villain to begin with. And The Hateful Eight was another thing that he was in. Kristen Scott Thomas, she plays a secretary or something like that. She worked with Laura's dad. I thought she played her character well. I liked her in The Darkest Hour. And also the guy who plays Laura's dad, Dominic West. He was in The Wire. I've never watched The Wire. I've heard about it. Heard it's good, but I've never watched it. He's good in this movie as well. The acting all around is pretty good. There are some cheesy moments and some cheesy interactions. The fight scene at the beginning, I get it, I guess, that they're trying to make her not look like a superwoman. And I think that's actually a good idea. I'm not sure if that scene was needed. Actually, okay, it was. It was. They could have executed it just a tad better because there were some interactions that I felt were a little bit awkward, particularly towards the end of the scene, that I didn't like. I felt the actor who played the person that Laura fought, because they were doing MMA, was inexperienced. There was a very awkward confrontation. I almost felt like it was meant to be there. It still didn't come off well. The other actors are all right. They're not great. They're decent supporting casts, I guess. They didn't portray her as Superwoman, and that was a good thing. There were fight scenes that she lost, or it looked like she was going to lose until she pulled some kind of trick, used her head. Like a rock. She used smarts, because I guarantee you that in a battle between a person's head and a rock, the rock is going to win. Unless it's a small little pebble. It's still going to hurt, though. Yeah, don't throw pebbles at people, because they still hurt. She used other things at her will. It was more about using her head, and metaphorically, of course, than actually beating them down. Another negative, unfortunately, is I felt the ending was a little bit shoehorned in. Like, they got to the ending, they're like, okay, let's just turn it around, and then that and this. And everybody's like, okay, whatever. I mean, it's not a bad ending, but it felt like it just kind of popped in there. And it made sense with the story. They felt like they could have executed it just a little bit better. I'm going to finish up with a couple positives. The cinematography was good. wasn't great. There were a lot of other things they could have done with it, made it feel a little bit more special, because that's kind of what you got to do with a movie like this, an action movie. And I think that's almost an issue, because a movie like this, you expect it, because you got to see all these action scenes and all this cool stuff, and that's kind of what it relies on. And when it doesn't do it the best, maybe I'm just an amnesiac and I can't remember too well the cool scenes, because it's actually starting to come back to me a little bit, but I felt like the cinematography could have been just a little bit better. I will say that this is probably one of the best movie adaptations from a video game that I've seen. Just because movie adaptations from video games suck. They just do. I mean, come on, look, Super Mario Bros., that weird thing that came from pixels, what? I mean, what? As I said before, had some good elements. There were some stuff that were negatives, but the positives outweigh the negatives. I'm going to give this movie a B-. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Please stay tuned for other content. I will be producing videos weekly. Please like, comment what you thought of this video, comment what you thought of this movie. Okay, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll put them up here, and then I'll link them in the description below. And subscribe. Wait, so that's it? Thank you all for watching. B-Dog out.